Hey everyone, it's Nicole. Welcome back to my channel, Relax.Cut.Glue. If you're new here, welcome. I'm so happy to have you here with me today. So over the weekend, I started making a wreath. I had a bunch of my coffee dyed colored paper left over. And this paper I air dried, which I've never done before. I always put it in the oven because I like the crinkle of it. And this paper isn't crinkly at all. But what happened is it bled even more than it does when I've soaked it in the coffee and then put it in the oven. And what happened is because I just kind of set them on top of each other, it bled into kind of these little dots all over, and it bled a lot more than it does when I put them in the oven. And so I decided to use these and make a wreath. So I cut strips into 1/2 inch, and I used a tear ruler to make the edges kind of wonky and not so perfectly straight. And then I decided to ink all the edges, which was the bane of my existence. You guys, it took me so long to tear all these little pieces. And then I was like starting to, oh, there's my wreath. There's my wreath. I started to get into inking the edges, and I was like, what the hell was I thinking? This is going to take forever. And it did. It took forever. I'm still working on it. It's Tuesday. However, I will say this is a very, very easy project. Super inexpensive. I used, sheets of paper that I dyed myself, and then a few pieces of scrapbook paper that cost, pennies. And then I used a 9-inch round foam wreath base from the Dollar Tree. And I don't know how many sheets of paper. I don't know how many sheets of paper I ended up using total. I think probably, at least, and I used 8.5 by 11 sheets of paper. I don't know how many I used. 8, maybe. No more than 10. For sure, no more than 10. And I cut the strips 1/2 inch by 11 inch. And then I took these little head pins. These are, I believe, 1 1/4 inch. I could have gone with a little bit shorter ones, but I was fine. None of my needles like picked out or, stuck out from the other side and poked me at all. I did find that some of them kind of hurt my finger a little bit to push them all the way in. So I just kind of push it in, get it started, and then use my bone folder to push the pin all the way in. And a lot of these curls are, kind of wound tight still. So when you hang it up, you got to fluff it up and rearrange the little curls and all that kind of stuff. But this is going to be a really fun, festive wreath for my living room. You can also add like cute little Dollar Tree embellishments on there. They've got the little pumpkins on a stick and just all kinds of stuff. You can add a bow. So I'm not exactly sure what my embellishment will be on here yet. If I want to add a bow or add some little pumpkins sticking out everywhere. I'm not sure yet. I have to go back to the Dollar Tree and kind of look around. I may just leave it as is. I don't know. And then I cannot stop fluffing the curls. I just can't. Because some of them, you got to like re-twirl it around and all that jazz. You know how it works. You got to keep fluffing it. And then of course, I took some pictures at the end of this video so that you could see it a little bit more up close. And then there's one little paper that's kind of straight and not curly because it like landed funny. And I didn't notice until later after I could retake the pictures, but come on, it's really not that big of a deal. It's one little piece. So I'm just kind of twirling my wreath around to kind of find any bald spots, if you will. Nobody wants any bald spots. So we're going through there, and I'm just kind of putting it in the little pieces where I feel that they need to be placed. Oh, I love it. It's so fluffy. It's so fluffy. This is just, what I did is I just put a movie on this weekend and just went to town ripping up all these papers. And I really made sure to, I cut my papers and then inked them first. Okay, here's my photos. See that little paper? It's orange. It's at the left. Anyways, don't look at it. I hope you guys all have a fabulous day. And until next time, bye.